Hey, good afternoon. This is The Winning Window, 1:30 p.m. Wednesday. Our countdown to 2020. Uh, I'm waiting here for a few people to join in on this live. It takes about 3-4 minutes on Facebook to allow people to come on live and intimate, send them the notifications. So I'm going to wait here till some people join in and start talking about what exactly is today's topic. And the question that I have from Yasmin from Dubai. Okay, so Yasmin has sent us an email asking us this question. Yasmin is working in a bank and she's last 3 years due for a promotion and doesn't know why is she not getting it. She's kind of concerned about it, and her question is, how can I get over my limiting beliefs? Because she's realized now that there is something that is stopping her from achieving the success that she is looking for. By the way, tell me, those of you who are here live or those of you who will watch this later, do you also face this, or have you ever faced this in your life that you felt that you've given your 100%, you tried doing everything possible, but what was due to you did not come to you in that time? It took a very long time, or maybe you somehow couldn't manage to get there, and then you had to do something else, because you couldn't get it. Or some of you may have dropped your dreams instead of pursuing them because you waited too long for it. Or some of you did not get the right environment or right people coming to you and telling you that, or helping you and supporting you to make it happen for you. And this is exactly what I'm going to talk about today, is how can I get over my limiting beliefs? Because my journey has been for years, I remember as a child and now as well, to figure out that what is it for me that that I need to get over to reach that ultimate success that I look for. Now, when I say ultimate success that I look for, it keeps moving to the next level, because every time I hit my goal, I know that there's a next goal ready there. So, but having said that, there was time in my life as a child and for a very long time, even when I became a doctor, I was struggling with my limiting beliefs in terms of they were actually sabotaging my progress in my relationships, in my career, in my personal growth, in my finances, in hell lot of area. Till a very recent time, like a 10 years back, I cracked my limiting beliefs in my health as well. So there are so many areas that I felt that I was struggling in my life because of these limiting beliefs. And yes, Arundhati. So yes, so we all struggle with these limiting beliefs, and if you could throw some light on what do you struggle on, what is it that you want to get over, and comment on this video and tell me. If you're watching live or if you will come later on this and watch it on Facebook or YouTube, you can tell me that if there is something that you struggle with, and either you got over it or you changed the course of your dream or a goal that you wanted to achieve, or probably you're still struggling with it and probably still figuring it out how to break it. Okay, so write to me and tell me if there is anything like that, because this is a subject that is very close to my heart, because I personally struggled a lot. Okay, and to get over it, and then now, you know empowering other people to get over their limiting beliefs has really given me that power. You can say that I can help many people, and this is, I'm sure, is not the subject to be just in one video. So I am going to talk about it in next few videos as well, that how can you identify your limiting beliefs. And hi Pranoti, good to have you here. How can you identify, first of all, if you have a limiting belief in that particular area? How do you go to the crux of it? How do you go to the root of it? And how do you eliminate it? Because see, limiting beliefs are something that are going to hamper your self-image, your self-worth, your self-deserving. You're constantly going to feel about that. Am I capable of this? Am I good enough? Uh, I'm right person for this. I'm at the right time for this. I'm at the right place for this. All these questions that come to you are because of limiting beliefs. Okay, As long as I realize and understand after working so many years on myself and working with thousands of people now, that I realize that all these people who's worked on their limiting beliefs, the moment you get aligned with your life purpose, okay, the moment you get aligned with your life purpose. Now, when I say align, align means your body, your mind, your emotions. If you believe in a soul or a spirit, that's the energy that you have. Everything is in the same direction. It's not like your tongue says something else and your body goes somewhere else. Like I remember the longest time that I used to say something and I used to do something else because my limiting beliefs were not allowing me to do that. There are so many times that you observe, like I give this example often because it's very tangible to see the example of health. We know that eating junk is bad. Maybe having chocolates often is bad. Maybe eating bakery is bad. Maybe that particular thing which is not good for you, and you decide one fine day that I don't want to have this. And the next moment you see yourself, the moment you see that particular thing, you just go there and grab it and have it, and then you commit to yourself once again, like you feel guilty, ashamed of it that you did it again, and then you tell yourself, oh God, I'm not going to do it again. Okay, tell me if you've been through this. It's typical. Another one which I see a lot of people telling me, I procrastinate. I don't know, why do I not do things, or I may start something but I don't follow through it. Tell me if you figured it out. Like, tell me if you've got this belief, like or if you feel that this is a repetitive pattern in your life, that you feel that you start something with all the enthusiasm, and then after a while you just kind of like you don't follow through. Okay, so if that is you, like there are so many times that we see that we decide to save up the money. Like I see this new young generation, and I'm sure that even the older generation like me or before me, how many people in the world can save up the money or compound the money for that matter. It's difficult because people think that there are expenses that are coming suddenly, but they're not sudden. That if you follow through, you go back and you see the trail. These are the common patterns that you have in your life, and these are not something that is, sudden expenses or sudden things coming up. So you will see these, or you will see in your career. I see a lot of people, those who are in a job, coming and telling me, oh, I don't know why I don't progress in my job, or I don't know why I always get to meet a bad boss, or I don't know why my colleagues are gossip mongers, they are not really involved. Or if you're an entrepreneur, there are things that you see that I'm not able to build a team, or I'm always getting back people on my team. I don't know what's happening. Now, all of this, if you see that it's happening repetitive in your life, let me tell you, you got to figure it out that, you know, it is important to see if it is coming from your limiting beliefs. Now, let me tell you something about the limiting beliefs. But before that, I want to tell you a story of a freedom fighter. Okay, now this freedom fighter was traveling across the world, and one he was not really staying in one place. He was traveling across the world and he was helping people, and he was doing all sorts of things. And one fine day he travels to the mountains, like Himalayan mountains, and he kind of in the evening takes the shelter into a resort where he stays there, and there he sees a golden cage and a parrot there, and the parrot is constantly saying that I want to fly, I want to fly, and I want to fly. He's constantly saying that I want to fly, I want to fly, I want to fly, and he's in the cage. This freedom fighter feels extremely bad for the parrot, and he feels that I will help this parrot and I will free the parrot and gets let him allow him to fly. And how inhuman and how cruel the owner of this place is that is not allowing the parrot to fly. And what happens is in the evening when everybody goes off to sleep, and he's still listening to the parrot screaming and shouting that I want to fly, I want to fly, and I want to fly. He comes out quietly from his, his nest, and his cottage. Comes out quietly, goes to the cage, opens the cage, and asks the parrot that go, run for your life, fly, get free, go and do whatever you want to do. And he sees the parrot is really scared and he's not really ready to fly. So he thinks that maybe he got scared because of something, and then he decides to pull the parrot out, and he puts his hand inside the cage, and the parrot gets really scared, gets upset, and he starts, poking him in his hand with his beak. And the freedom fighter is really injured, but he feels that maybe the parrot is really scared and I need to help him. So somehow he grabs the parrot and he frees him. Okay, and now the freedom fighter is feeling extremely good about this what he did. Goes back to the to his cottage and sleeps peacefully, only to wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, again listening to the parrot saying, "I want to fly, I want to fly, and I want to fly." And he thinks that, oh, maybe he's forgotten, like, he's forgotten to fly, or something must have happened, and he sees that maybe I need to shoo him off away from the cottage, from this resort, because he may be somewhere on the tree. And he comes out and he goes towards the cage, and to his surprise, the parrot is sitting right inside the cage, and the doors of the cage wide open. Now the parrot was free, but he didn't want to fly, even though the doors were open. That's what our limiting beliefs do to us. Even though there is so much out there are opportunities out there, and we just can't see them, or even if we see them, we forget, or we've forgotten to fly, or we just got into the comfort zone of the cage. We just got into a comfort zone where we feel that, okay, I'm fed every single day here. I'm been given this, I'm been given that. We give those excuses to ourselves. And inside, deep inside, you're crying and cribbing and shouting and screaming that you want to fly. But actually, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are not in alignment, because your subconscious mind has somewhere picked up on that belief that you're either comfortable there, or that pain has become a pleasure for you now, or you become too comfortable with the pain and crying and cribbing and feeling victim about your story, the past stories that you create. There could be many reasons that you want to still remain in that cage. So we are going to talk today. I'm going to tell you about where the beliefs are coming from, basically. So the beliefs come from your past experiences of past and pain and pleasure. So where do the pain and pleasure experiences come from? Mostly from your childhood. They mostly from your childhood, that you've gone through some experiences that you perceive those experiences in such a way that now you have got those conditioned perceptions about yourself, about the world, about the situation overall, and you feel that you the victim of the situation, or you're the victim of that particular thing. Now these particular conditions or these experiences can come from four aspects of your life. Social aspect, like when you were living, or what society you lived in that time, what was happening around. Economic, what kind of financial status did you have, or your family did have, and what kind of financial experiences that you went through. Like, you may be coming from a very good, well-off family, but if your parents or if your family members were uh, not really generous, or they always were scared of losing that money. Or you may come from a middle class or a poor background, whichever background you came from. Whatever you heard, you saw during that time, that becomes your beliefs. That's social, economical, academic. What kind of education did you receive? Did you got? What kind of education you went through? That teaches you a lot about yourself and the world overall. uh, and your religion, the religion that you follow, what kind of a thing that your religion teaches you. These are the four aspects that you or contribute to your conditioning, or your understanding of yourself and the world at large, and that becomes your belief, and that becomes your kind of pattern, or habits that you form over a period of time. And now that patterns and those habits have become your cage. So my suggestion, Yasmin, to you is, of course, you're going to talk about this over and again in the next videos as well. But I want you to understand that you're asking me a question that how can you get over your limiting belief? My quickest answer to that is, because it takes years sometimes to get over that pattern and that habit, but yes, and you must work on it, because it's important that you should work on it. Like, I think it took me about 12 to 15 years to got over some deep-seated patterns. And over a period of time, when I started helping people get over it, then I started compressing the time for them, because I had figured out by then what are the fastest route to get over your limiting beliefs. And now I have figured out a route where a person can totally get over their limiting beliefs just in time of about 19 minutes. It's that fast, okay? So, when I work in the session with the person, or when my coaches work in the session with the person, there are many things that we involve, or in a workshop when we work, we are involving many things into that to fast forward it in the 19 minutes. On this video, randomly, I may be able to help you with something that you can initiate your getting over your limiting beliefs. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bunch of questions to answer. So if you really want to work on your limiting beliefs and get over this, I want to ask you a few questions, and I want you to diligently write down these questions and do this homework. Okay, do this homework, keep writing about it. Okay, keep writing about it, maybe every single day. Your answers might change every single day as you go along, because when you your brain doesn't have a habit of question and answer. Okay, it has a habit of giving you. So the questions that you're asking is like probably like this: why can't I get a promotion? Okay, so your brain is going to answer it this way. Okay, it's going to tell you that maybe because you're dumb, maybe because you're not capable, maybe because you don't deserve it and you're stupid. Okay, so I'm going to tell you to ask the questions to your brain in such a way that it has to give you different answers, and not the habituated or the patterned answers that you're getting every single day. Okay, most of your thoughts that you get, the negative thoughts that you talk about, are coming from the questions that you ask your brain, and these questions are most often negative. Like, you're mostly asking why it is not happening in your life. If you decode your questions, you will be able to decode your thoughts or your answers. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 questions to follow, and tell me, write to me in the comment box or send me an email separately if you feel that your answers, whatever answers you're getting, or if your answers are changing or they're not changing. So that gives me an idea about how can I help you better, okay, on this live. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, what is it that exactly I want? A lot of people get into confused state or limiting beliefs. They succumb to their limiting beliefs is because of lack of clarity. Okay, you don't have clear vision of what you want. So you can't make the decision of what you want, and you're confused perpetually. And when you're confused, your brain is going to tell you that you're dumb, you're stupid, you don't deserve it. Okay? So ask yourself, the first question is, what is it that I want? And write it. Okay? Because when you write it, you get the perspective, like an objective perspective. Don't keep it in your mind. Okay? Another bad habit that we have is keeping it in the mind. Because when you keep it in the mind, it's just clutters there. It's just there. Like, when you put it out there, you actually can objectively see your answer, and then you can make change in it. Okay, so just write the answer to this question. What is it that I clearly want? Second question is, what goals would I like to achieve? When you say what is I want, in that I want you to break down what are the things exactly you want. Okay. Now you may say that you want a promotion, or you want that perfect partner, or you want that money that you're looking at, or you want that deal. You know. Now I want you to write down the next question about what goals would I like to achieve. Like, if you want a business deal, then what are the certain things, the steps that you need to go through to get that goal? So I want you to write down those steps for yourself. So what goals would I like to achieve in the bargain of what I want? Third question is, what kind of a person I would like to become once I achieve it? It's very essential. See, a lot of people say that, you know, it's not what you achieve gives you happiness, but it's the person that you become when you achieve it. Okay, so what kind of a person would you like to become once you achieve what you want? So write down, what kind of person do you see yourself to be? What are you doing when you become that person? Okay, the third question for you is, what do I want? Why do I want all these things? Okay, what are the benefits of having this? So write down your why. Why do you want it? What are the benefits of it? Now see, the more wise you write and the benefits that you write, what will happen is your mind will feel motivated to achieve it, because now there is enough motivation, there's enough pleasure. Okay, the limiting beliefs are basically coming from your pain, that you don't want to go there. But when you write certain things, the whys and the benefits, and what can you do to your, what is a bigger picture of achieving it, you are actually giving the anchors to your mind in terms of, why do I want it? Now these are the 10 reasons. Now when you look at the reasons, you just feel that amazing and you feel motivated to get there, and you feel inspired to achieve what you want. So when you want that promotion, when you want that partner, when you want that business, when you want that money, when you want that best of the health, what are your whys? List down at least 10. And if you can add more every single day, okay, that's where you're going to get it. Okay, so I'm ending this video here, because I will take this topic up, like how do you identify, first of all, if you have limiting beliefs, in the next week on the Wednesday. For now, I want you to do this exercise. Write to me on the comment or on email, or call us for any personal consultations that you would like to go through. And I will see you next week on Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. at the winning window, Facebook Live. See you and bye bye.